Hey everybody, this week for the education video, I just wanted to give you a really quick overview of BNI University and show you, in light of the training that we received on developing deeper relationships through one-to-ones, show you where you can find some of those forms that were talked about. Of course, if you were there at the training, you got the packet that had a copy of the forms. You might want a digital copy that you can fill out, makes it a little bit neater, easier to email and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get into it then. So if, in your web browser, if you come and there's a few ways you can get there. You can Google BNI University and it'll take you there, or you can even just come and type in bniuniversity.com and it'll bring you here. You log in just like you would to your BNI online account, your BNI Oregon. So I'm going to go ahead and get logged in. And here we are in BNI University. Now I'm going to be real honest. When they first did BNI University and I started using it, I thought that it was a bit of a mess, but it's really come together and it's been a really valuable resource. There's tons of training on here. You can come and get the advanced trainings. There's podcasts. There's all kinds of things on here. So spend some time looking around at it. If you go to content up here on the menu bar, and it's really easy. You can just come to this search area here and click that. And then if I type in 1-to-1, then right here at the top, it pops up the one-to-one meeting planner. And so and you can see here, it's going to be in a PDF format, which is good because it gives you the information, but it's not one that you can fill out. I'm going to show you how to get a copy that you can fill out here in a second. But you could download this and keep it in, like on your desktop, somewhere on your hard drive. You can email it to somebody. So it's really convenient that way. So we're just going to go ahead and click download. And let's see if I can show you what it brings up here. Oh, just one moment. Sorry. Now I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties. All right. So I don't know if it'll pop up just because of how I'm sharing my screen here. I want to see if I can get it to open in this browser. So oh, yeah, here we go. So this is a preview of it. And you can see it has a lot of the information that we received in the training in terms of like the format for a one-to-one. So set a date, a time, your office or their office, restaurant or coffee shop. I think one of the advantages of doing your office or their office is that it maybe teaches you a little bit more about that person's business, or they get a chance to learn more about yours. Kind of get to see how the sausage is made, which is really great if you're doing one-to-one with a butcher. And prepare your worksheets. So you don't have to use all the worksheets, but you should agree on, which worksheet you want to exchange. And so you're not going to use all 4 of these for everyone. And there was even a couple more that Mike Corbin showed us in the training. But there's a biography sheet, gains exchange, contact sphere planning sheet, and the last 10 customers worksheet that are all in this 5-page packet. So remember, we want to take the time to prepare this worksheet beforehand. And so if you get it all filled out, then they're easy to exchange. And that is step number 3 here. So you can put it in their hot little hand. You can email it to them. You can fax it to them. Whatever you want to do, and then make sure to bring the worksheets to the meeting. Of course, you've gone over them, right? And so questions to ask or things that might be interesting to talk about. So do the meeting. Remember that a one-to-one should be about an hour. You want to split the time between the two of you. Maybe talk about goals that you have for that one-to-one. So like come into it thinking I want to be able to get maybe somebody a short-term referral, which is like somebody that I can refer you to right now, and a long-term referral, like a really ideal one that you want to be able to work towards later. And you have your one-to-one, talk about your businesses. And then also there was the the comment about scheduling your next one. So discussing when that might be. My personal feelings about that is that I don't know that that's really practical in every one-to-one that you do, especially when you get into a larger chapter like we're growing, that you have a lot of people that you might want to meet with. And so scheduling the next one-to-one with that individual, I don't think it's always realistically going to happen. But if it's somebody who you see that you have really good contact spheres, potential for a power team, yeah, go ahead and schedule that one-to-one right away. Okay, so if you want to be organized about it, here's a scheduler so that you can plot out who it is that you want to do your one-to-ones with. And remember that a one-to-one is a business meeting primarily. It's a social opportunity secondarily. And so when you show up to a one-to-one, handle the business. Make sure that that gets taken care of. Of course, you want to get to know the person. Of course, you want to get to like the person. But the trust comes whenever you're able to discuss your business and strategize and work together. So here's a biography sheet that was shown. You can fill that out. There's a recommendation up here to revise your biography sheet every 6 months because life changes. Hopefully not your spouse or your children. Maybe a pet, who knows? Hopefully, Fluffy didn't die. The gains exchange, discussing your goals, accomplishments, interests, and networks and skills. And I think on this, again, that the most important thing that you can share with people is accomplishments, because if I'm on your sales team, your accomplishments is what I'm going to use to brag about you to people that I want to refer. And last 10 customers worksheet. So who were your last 10 customers? And this would give somebody a good idea of what type of people that you're seeing. And so those are really good cues in terms of being able to have a great one-to-one. Another thing that you could search for here, like if you put in gains, it will bring up the gains exchange, and then they have a Word document format here. So there's a PDF and there's also the Word document. The advantage of the Word document, of course, is that you can go ahead and you can just type right into that. So hopefully this has been helpful. Also look around BNI University. Like one great thing that, like probably the most common thing that I come here for is I'm always like misplacing my leadership manual. And so you could go and if you come and you search for, well, let's see. Oh, I didn't hit the search button. That's why it's not searching. I can find my leadership manual. Well, usually leadership is enough to do it, but like I can come and say manual. And so it will bring that up. It's in there somewhere. Maybe that's not what I type. Anyway, this is where I come to find the leadership manual. And so if you ever have questions about how the chapter is supposed to run or how things work, all of the documentation is in here. It's a great repository of tons of information, lots of opportunities for CEUs. So remember to log those CEUs in the system so that you can do really well in your traffic lights. And I think that is it for this week. We'll see you all at the meeting.